it's been incredibly helpful for me, like really, really helpful. And I think it will continue to be helpful well after the 12 weeks has ended.
Chrstian, can you just introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, a bit of background about you?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Chrstian. I work in finance. I've worked in finance now for about 11 or 12 years. I currently work for an Amazon aggregator called Unibrands as their head of finance. Pretty high pressured, reasonably stressful job. Not too much so. Work with some nice people, very smart people, but that's where I'm coming from. I've got 2 kids, live in central London, and a wonderful wife.
What was going on for you then, or what was your catalyst for having a chat with a coach or somebody like me? What was going on?
Yeah, it's not like I think a lot of people probably see the stuff on LinkedIn and think, it's kind of for people who's, everything's fallen apart, everything's going wrong, and that kind of wasn't the case. That wasn't the case at all, right? It was a gradual process because of the pressures of home life, work life, of becoming, more and more stressed day by day, week by week, month by month, and sort of letting life get in the way of kind of taking care of myself, I guess, and making sure that I was capable of fulfilling all the needs of, the various people in my life, whether that be at work and whether that be at home. And that kind of resulted ultimately in getting really out of shape, not going to the gym, not running, not eating right, that sort of thing, getting more and more stressed. So I ended up being sort of irritable, a bit moody, lazy, lethargic, all of those kinds of things, that are a long shout from kind of being, in a really bad way, but still not really where you want to be, and it leaves you a long way from performing at your best or the way you want to be performing.
What are your main key achievements or successes that you've had having come through the process? And then I think what we'll do after that, Chrstian, is maybe dig into some of like what those learnings were to help facilitate that.
I think I lost about 7 or 8 kilos over the whole course. I wasn't like massively overweight to begin with, but that wasn't all at once. That wasn't in 2 weeks, right? That was you had the first bit of a drop off that you get, and then it just happens very, very slowly as you build those habits, as you start to eat right, as you start to actually enjoy eating right. Every time you have a very, very healthy lunch, or you have a good day of eating, you start to get that little sort of dopamine rush, I think, off the back of, I've achieved something there. I'm slightly better today than I was yesterday. I think I'm generally just a much calmer person now, right? I don't get as stressed out about things. I don't get stressed out about work. I don't get stressed out about home life. I'm able to kind of look at things, I guess, a little bit more strategically, a little bit kind of with less stress involved. Not everything's hassle. It's kind of, okay, well, let's plan this, let's do this, we can do it this way, or we can do it this way, and then let's choose the best option, rather than being overwhelmed with a load of work or a load of things we have to do for the kids or whatever, and then ending up with this mess inside my head, and then you get very little of it done. I think that's the key achievement, right? It's just generally being more on top of life.
What are some of the key takeaways and things that you learned about your journey through the process, about working on yourself, that's helped you get to this place and working towards this sort of place of high performance in those areas we've been talking about?
Yeah, I mean, one of the key takeaways would be that it's that people take for granted is exactly what I was saying, right? It's how diet and exercise and kind of self-care in a way can actually impact what you're doing in other aspects of your life. It's all circular, right? It's not just like you can eat burger and chips, have a load of donuts every afternoon, and then perform well at work. That's the big kind of takeaway for me, that it's all interconnected, and you need to be doing certain things in order for it to have a positive impact on other things.
If someone was watching this and they were thinking, they were feeling as you were at the start, or actually they're a bit unsure, they're not sure about coaching, maybe they're looking at this going, yeah, my belly's all right, but actually I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed and I don't know where to start, but they're a bit reticent to sort of get in touch. What would you say to someone who's kind of on the fence with this stuff?
I'd say get in touch. I am not someone that usually reaches out for help. I'm not a big kind of talker. And even after our initial chat, before I'd committed to anything at all, I felt better immediately, right? I felt as though there was some level of progress there that could take place. So I just say, just reach out for an initial chat. Like it's been incredibly helpful for me, like really, really helpful. And I think it will continue to be helpful well after the 12 weeks has ended. So, I mean, I just give it a go. I mean, I just get in touch with Luke and see how you feel after that initial chat, right? Because I felt great, and I felt as though I had already started kind of making progress before I'd even started the course, right? Just by reaching out and talking to someone.
Well, mate, on that note, Chrstian, thank you very much for your time. I don't want to take up any more of your time. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. For anyone who's watched, I hope you've enjoyed this and I hope you got some key insights from what Chrstian's been chatting about and what we've chatted about. If you're interested in having a chat, get in touch, drop me a message or post in the comments. We can jump on and have a chat and see how I can help. On that note, have an awesome weekend and happy Thursday. See you guys. Thank you.
Cheers, Luke.